Oh, Kelly. Kelly, send those kids down here. I need somebody to move some sand. Maybe spread some topsoil. I'm hoping to get the rest of my rocks. I'll get the rest of my rocks set tomorrow. I gotta get the pallets out of the way so I can finish the rocks. Which means I gotta unload them. Unload them. I don't know where to put them. They're heavy. Hello, Stephen. Hello, Cece. Hello, Jen. But I still got to carry about probably 2,000 pounds of sand up my new steps. Hello, Jim. Hello, Sherry. What's up, Chigger? What's up, Riggs? Pete Muffley, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I kind of thought I'd be further along, but it's a process. There was a lot of manual work that I think I underestimated. Like making that little squiggle wall between the yard and the firing that took like 3 days. I wasn't planning on that. And probably, if I would have had more forethought, I would have, hey Jem, I would have possibly done more of that preparatory work with the machine when I had it here. But I wasn't exactly positive. It's probably good that I didn't, because what I was originally going to do, how far I was going to cut into the grass, I changed. Plus, if I would have dug it out with the machine, I would have tore it all apart, which means I wouldn't have had the sod to put back in at the spots that I wanted to patch. So it probably all in all ended out for the better, the way that it came out. But it was not according to plan, and so here we are. I think it'll be nice when it's done, if I don't die before it's finished. What's up, Chris? Oh, yeah. So this is called White Widow. There's tequila in it and chocolate liqueur. Neither of which are my favorites. So we'll just see how this goes. This could be a pile of shit, like I would imagine. Or it could surprise me. I do not know. We'll see. We drew all the ducks today. We're all drawn up to date with all the ducks. So every duck that was paid for to this point has been drawn. 109 ducks have been drawn to date. I'm just sore, Ken. Everything fucking hurts. I don't know. I used to do this stuff all the time. I guess 50 is not the new 40. That's a bunch of bullshit. Although I think 40's when it started falling apart. I think literally 40. When you hit 40, it was like, oh God, the next day hurts. And now we're at 50, thinking, what in the fuck? Hopefully it'll be worth it. I think it looks pretty cool. It's coming out pretty good. My fear is that how it's going to weather. So, when we get these ridiculous thunderstorms and these heavy rains and stuff, I'm praying that it doesn't, wash the sand out under the stones, or, there could be voids under the stones where the sand is not, and then when the water washes it, they start to wobble. I don't know. So we'll see how it goes. But I hosed some of it down today, and I'm trying to I'm definitely not going to have enough stone to go all the way end to end, which I didn't really have any plan on, because sort of the tail that goes out toward the detached garage is just a skinny narrow point, and I don't really care. I'm just going to get some river rock or something and cover that, and then somewhere over there I'm going to build a wood shed. Like I'm actually going to build a shed to keep the firewood in so it stays out of the weather. And I'm going to make it look like an outhouse. That's my plan. Because I think that's funny. So, that's going to take up, whatever, 16 or 20 square feet, depending how big that thing is. Because I got plastic, pallets. So what I want to do is make the floor exactly the size that a plastic pallet sits right in on, perfectly in there. And then, just, I got the rough cut wood. So for anybody who's seen the shed that's like in front of the house that I built, from the steps to the corner, I got a bunch of that wood left. So I'm going to put that wood on the sides and then just put a metal tin roof on it. And I'm actually going to cut a little half moon in the door and everything. But the problem is the door is going to be basically, I'm not sure how I'm going to face it. Probably I want the door to sort of face toward the fire ring. That makes the most sense. But then you're not going to see that from the driveway. It's going to look weird, I think. But whatever. I don't care. It's for a purpose. I don't want to have a pile of wood out there on pallets with a tarp over it and just think, if I'm doing all this work, I should make a better presentation. I'm not saying necessarily that an outhouse is the best presentation, but I think it will be funny, and funny's my go-to when I'm in a position like that. So this is called White Widow. It's tequila, coconut rum, triple sec, coffee liqueur, and cream. I can't imagine that it's going to be good. It's a whole bunch of fucking weird... Did you use concrete? For what? For the flagstone? No, I just put them in sand. I set them in sand and then put pea gravel around them. So, we'll see how it holds up. Anyway, this is called White Widow. It's tequila, coconut rum, triple sec, coffee liqueur, and cream. It's not horrible. It's fucking weird. I don't really taste the tequila very much. Yeah, concrete sand. Yes. It's I taste the coffee. The coffee's strong. I don't really taste the tequila much at all. I don't taste the coconut. I taste a hint of the orange. Mostly I taste coffee. It's not bad. If you like coffee, it's probably not bad. You know what it almost tastes like? Those, remember the big, the Christmas box of chocolates that had like, whatever, like, depending how big the box was, it could have 20 different chocolates in it. There might be some repeats, but remember it had to grate on the lid, like what candy was in what spot. That tastes like the chocolate candy, like with the, I don't know what you call it. It kind of had like an orange nougat, for lack of a better terminology. That's what that tastes like, kind of. Like I said, I don't taste the tequila. I don't really taste the coconut, which is weird, because coconut's usually super strong. Hello, TP. I taste mostly the coffee, so chocolatey, kind of. And then a little bit of the orange, like just a hint of the orange. Like it's not a strong orange flavor for sure. Triple sec is an orange liqueur. Actually, I don't know what triple sec is. It's orange flavor for sure. I'm just wondering if it has a description. It does not. I mean, triple sec is basically an orange type of flavored liqueur. But like Cointreau, Grand Marnier, and orange liqueur are all stronger orange flavors. Triple sec is kind of a mediocre, I don't want to say weak. I mean, it definitely has an orange tinge to it. I think. I'm trying to think if the first couple editions of the Orange Julius had triple sec in them. I don't know if it did or not. I don't remember. Matter of fact, at this point, I don't remember. Like, if somebody stopped here and said, "Hey, make an Orange Julius," I would be like, "Yeah, okay, let's do it," and I would be like, I would just have to wing it because I just have no idea what's in it anymore. It's been over a year since we made one, and that shouldn't be. We should be doing retro. We should be doing more retro drinks, especially those kinds. Summer's coming up. It's gonna be hot. We should be making Orange Julius's like crazy. We should be burning the blender up. I still don't even know how Orange Julius didn't beat Grasshopper. I don't know. It's a strange world we live in. Although Grasshopper did not win this year. That's because y'all didn't come out here and vote when my cousin was here. My cousin's wife is the one that kicked it out. But in defense, the Luck of the Irish was a phenomenal drink in my opinion. Although it didn't taste as good in the finals. Whenever we got to the final four or was it in the finals, I don't remember. I don't know. And I wrote the recipe. I wrote down the exact measurements, to the ounce of every mixer and liquor that was in there, so it would be the exact same. And it tasted different. I don't know why. That happens. It happens with wine all the time. There's wine, there's a winery called Thousand Island Winery, and they have a wine called Delaware, and I love it. It's I would go there and get a case of it, and then sometimes I open it and it tastes too dry or I don't know, wine's weird. Wine's weird the way it hits you. So that could be too. Anyway, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there tomorrow. Happy birthday to Lexi Merkel. 21 today. Lexi's a good kid. Her mom is super nice. And she has a dad. That's all I can say about that. I just said that because I see he's watching. Alright, I'm going to make another drink. We already just got away from the one drink per night policy. Maybe weekdays. Maybe we'll go with weekdays, one drink per night. This will be okay. Like some of them yesterday. Like all the drinks was two things. You're a funny man, Riggs. You're a funny man. Hello, Sherry. Sherry. This has Galliano in it. I don't know why I do this to myself. I was just thinking, why is this fucking honey butter over here? Sherry, I did say last night on last night's live, if you really need to stop out here sometime if you want to try a goose stick, because there's not a lot left. Oh, that's way too much. This stuff isn't horrible, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Chigger. One during the week. It's weird going live at I can't get back to 7 o'clock. I'm trying to get back to 7 o'clock. So there's some sort of synergy with it. I don't know. Sometimes 8 o'clock works better. We get more people viewing than 7 o'clock. Ken, it's well, Sherry, stop out. Goose sticks. I'm telling you, this guy. Now this has. I have no idea, right? But my guess is that this guy's goose sticks has nothing to do with goose meat, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but the guy that makes them, I don't think they're phenomenal because they're made with geese. Because I've eaten geese before, and it's not that good. So I'm not really positive. Oh. So I'm not really positive. I think, because the guy makes everything. He does deer processing too. So he would make deer bologna or whatever you want. He does all of it. So I'm really kind of thinking that if you got deer sticks made, hey Jordan, if you got if you got this guy to make deer, so the goose sticks that I get, you could get different kinds. I get jalapeno cheese sticks. You can get regular goose sticks. You can get jalapeno goose sticks. You can get cheese goose sticks, or you can get jalapeno cheese. And there might be something else. But the jalapeno cheese sticks, in my opinion, are the best ones. So that's all we get every time. Yeah, and you know what the best part is, Kem? It's not even his job. He works at Deca Batteries. He just does this. He just does this like at night. And he told me the first time we went there, from October. He said usually from October to May. He doesn't even let his smoker go out. He said it just burns 24/7, right around the clock. It never even goes out because he makes that much stuff all year long. But he's really good, and it's basically him and his wife, and I think sometimes he has a helper. But the sticks are, like I said, the goose sticks that and like I said, I don't think it's goose meat. It is what it is. It looks like green. It's fucking weird. I guess that's the melon. That sounded like Silas. I don't think it's the goose meat per se that makes it good, but it's phenomenal. To me, it's the best. It's the best sticks that I've ever eaten made out of anything. They're actually a little dry, which I like. I don't like bologna. I don't like sticks. I don't like anything where it's like, sorry ladies or people, but moist. But it's yeah, goose meat is. I've had a couple. I made goose meat one time. So I didn't know. Everybody told me goose meat was terrible. So I said to the kid that I hunted with, I said, "Can I take some of the clean ones?" Oh. So when I say clean ones, I mean we just breast them. You just take the breast meat off. So if the breast doesn't have any BB holes in it, it shouldn't have blood clots in it. The blood clots that's the part that tastes disgusting. But anyway, so I brought the clean ones home, so I took a breast. So it's like a chicken breast, similar size wise, but I would cut it into like maybe 4 strips, and I soaked them in salt water overnight, and then I rinsed them off, and then I soaked them in teriyaki overnight, and then I wrapped them in bacon and baked them, and then put barbecue sauce on them. So they were like a chicken Winston. Platz's used to have them. I don't know if they still do. And they were okay. They were okay. They were decent. They weren't good enough that I would go to a restaurant and be like, "Oh my god, I need the goose Winston." They weren't that good, but they were okay. But like I said, once we got these sticks made, I'm like, well, there's no reason to do anything else. And bologna, we had sticks, so he made us sticks. We did sticks one time, then we did ring bologna, and then we did like bag bologna. It was like sweet Lebanon, basically. It's very similar to sweet Lebanon. They were all phenomenal, but to me, the bag bologna tasted like sweet Lebanon. Well, I can already go buy sweet Lebanon, and the ring bologna tasted like ring bologna. It was very good ring bologna, but it's ring bologna. The goose sticks taste like nothing I've ever had before, which is why I get them. Like I could just go, if you just went down to Country Harvest and you went in the Burke's, I don't even know, whatever the brand is, and you just bought a thing of ring bologna and you brought it home, that's exactly what the goose bologna tastes like. Same thing. Dip it in Herlocker's mustard. That's what you want to do. That's a good dip in mustard. There's my ride or die. Hello, Brittany. Brittany's probably trashed somewhere, possibly on her way home or not. I'm not really sure. I don't think you're working. You're not working tomorrow either, I thought. Or no, Monday, I mean. I think. I can't remember. Anyway, this is called... Oh, yeah. Tomorrow, Brittany's going to be a godmother. This is called the Plastered Possum. Oh, a ridiculous name. There's Galliano in here, so we'll see how this goes. So I did a drink tonight with tequila, which wasn't bad. And now Galliano. We'll see. Plastered Possum is Cointreau Galliano, melon liqueur, pineapple juice, and cream. I put the recommended amount of pineapple juice Haha, I am home. But I'm assuming that's supposed to be hit up 5 wineries. Herlockers is the best mustard. I actually use Herlockers when I do the when I do my salmon cakes. The recipe calls for or the first time I made the white sauce for the cakes, for the salmon cakes, it was Dijon mustard, and I did it. I used Dijon mustard, and the second time I did it, I used Herlockers, and that's what I use now. I wasn't sure how it would be, but I'm the first one to mix shit up and try different things, because even if something's good, it could be better, maybe. All right, plastered possum, Cointreau, Galliano, melon liqueur, pineapple juice, cream, as recommended. Hopaloni is phenomenal. I do love Hopaloni. Miller's Hopaloni. I don't know that I've ever had anyone else's. Except I did have deer Hopaloni one time. But we just basically took deer bologna and put it in Miller's juice. Squirrel. Plastered possum, Cointreau, Galliano, melon liqueur, pineapple juice, cream. That's not bad at all. Can't even taste Galliano. Not even a little bit. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I can't explain what it tastes like. Mostly pineapple and cream. It's like a pineapple milkshake. It's not bad. Plastered possum. I don't understand the name even a little bit. It doesn't make any kind of sense to me. But anyway, we got our I actually cold plunged 4 days this week. Brittany came for 1 day. And to respond and to respond to your question, I'm off tomorrow and Monday. Yeah, Brittany's gonna be a godmother tomorrow. I have no idea what. I have no idea why why she's off Monday, but I am going back to work Monday. Otherwise, we could probably cold plunge Monday. We could do Monday afternoon. I can't believe how cold. I can't believe it didn't even get cold last night. I don't even understand that. The correct temperature dropped 5 degrees last night overnight, because I plunged yesterday afternoon at. I mean, it was late day. It was like. It was late. It was like 6 o'clock. So it was like even after the hottest part of the day. And it was 60.1 degrees. And today it was 54.9. It dropped 5.2 degrees overnight. And it didn't get cold last night. Oh, yeah, that's right. Jesus Christ. You didn't invite me to go to whining today. I can tell you that. If I would ever go with you two, if I would ever go, I'll just say whining because that's funny. If I would ever go whining with you two, I could not drive because I would be shit-faced. Because wine just hits different, man. Wine is just, and I don't drink wine anymore. I used to drink wine every day. I literally used to drink a glass of wine every single day with dinner. Just one glass, that's all. So like a bottle of wine, a 750, a fifth bottle of wine would last me 4 days. And then I just stopped. I don't know why. But yeah, I used to drink wine every single night with dinner. And then if you drink one glass every day, you could drink 2-3 bottles on a weekend. And I don't know, it's the worst time I ever had a full glass of water next to her the whole time. Yep. Yeah, it was next to her because her next door neighbor was drinking it. We had one time I was up in Potter County, at my friend's cabin. There was 4 of us there. We went to the day before we went to we drove up to New York. So if you go, I don't know what lake it is. I don't know what lake it is. It's one of the Finger Lakes. If you go straight up from our cabin, it's like 2 hours north of our cabin. But you go into New York. I don't know what lake it is, but it's Bully Hill Winery. Silas. Oh, Silas was down here. Bully Hill Winery is right at the bottom of this lake, whatever lake it is. I don't know if it's Keuka or I don't know what lake it is. But we went to like 10 wineries right around the bottom. So my buddy Carl, we were going to my buddy Carl's place. Then it was Labor Day weekend, but so this was Saturday. We were going to Carl's on Sunday for our we would have a picnic every year at his place. So he just said to me, he goes, buy me a bottle of sweet white from every winery you go to. So I think we either went to 8 or 9 wineries, and there was like, whatever it was, some of them had 2 sweet whites. I love Bully Hill. I do like Bully Hill a lot. I don't know if we can, Britton, I don't know if we can talk Mima into going up there on my birthday weekend. Because we can't, we'd have to leave the dogs at the camp for a day. And I don't know if Mima will go for that. Because it's pretty far, but we could, maybe. But anyway, we went to like, I think 8 or 9 wineries. And I got him 10 bottles of wine. So we stopped at Benigni Creek, one of my favorite wineries. Benigni Creek has a store they had a store, it's no longer there. But they had they used to have a store in the Lycoming Valley Mall. So I would stop there on my way home a lot of times. But this day, because we were going up there to Carl's for the party, I wanted to stop there on the way up so I could have some wine to take. So I stopped there to Benigni Creek. So their peach wine is phenomenal. They have Niagara that's phenomenal. They have another sweet white. I think it's called Bell White, maybe. That's super good. But anyway, I bought a case of wine from there. So I was taking 3 bottles up to Carl that day. And then the 10 bottles I bought him the day before. So I took 13 bottles of wine to Carl. And then he had a friend of his, Scott his name is. He bought him a double bottle. I think it was a Bully Hill, actually. Whatever, I don't know what flavor it was. But he bought a double, so a 1.5 milliliter bottle. And he left that there. So there was 4 of us. And so there was 13 bottles plus that double. So that was 15 bottles, and we drank all of it. I mean, we day drank. We started at like noontime. And I fell asleep at some point on his deck at about 6 or 7 at night, and then woke back up again. And then we had a campfire, and we drank till whatever time we left there, which was 9 or 10. And we drank 15 bottles of wine between 4 of us. That's the most wine I ever drank ever. And I didn't get sick, and I didn't have a headache. But I don't recommend it. Unless you drink wine a lot, you're going to get a headache. Especially from that shit. Unless you drink Timmer's wine. If you can get a hold of Timmer's wine, you can drink that all day long till you throw up in the driveway, and you can still get up for work at 3 in the morning. So Izzy says. He did actually go to work, so there is some truth to it. I would recommend maybe a cold plunge to clean yourself out a little bit. Britt says cold plunges are the best. She quit before me today, just for the record. She stood up before I did. That's all I'm saying. I don't know how long it was. She said, are we at 30 minutes yet? I'm like, yeah, we're at 32 or 30. I don't know how long we were there. We were definitely longer than what we said. I get in that. It sucks. I do say that. And no, I did not. You just say what? I do say that. You did not what? My ass. You absolutely 1,000% stood up before me. If you're saying no to that, you're just a liar. I'll go to the tape right now. I will screen record. I'll watch the video. I'll screen record the part where you stood up. And I'm just like, oh, we're quitting? We're done? You do say what, though? What did you say? I missed something there. No, we never agree on a time. And if we do, it doesn't matter. Because once we go, first of all, Brittany, you could say, Brittany would go be like, 15 minutes, that's the most we're doing today. I'm like, okay. And then we start, and then I won't get out of 15 minutes, and then she'll just stay as long as I stay. She did get out today, though, which I was astounded by that. I mean, I'm fine. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I don't know. It was cold. Yesterday it was 60. I mean, it was 5 degrees colder today than what it was yesterday. And yesterday I did, I think, 30, I don't know exactly. It was 32 or 33 minutes. Because I don't really pay attention. I run my timer all the time because I definitely want to make sure, whatever. I always try to keep track of it. And like I said, I got to a point where I was shivering. At 24 minutes, I started to shiver. I felt my jaw like literally shivering. And I was like, okay, it's cold. And now I'm getting cold, which is good. That's the goal. That's what you're trying to do. Because I think, if you went into 37 or 38 degrees, hi Shelly. What's up, Mike? If you went into 37 or 38 degrees, you would be cold you would be shivering within a minute for sure. Absolutely. Because 3 minutes is 3 to 4 minutes is all you want to do at that temperature. But when you get up to like 50, I said that to Brittany walking down there. I said, I think the timer shouldn't start until you start shivering. Once you start shivering and you actually feel cold, then you should be like, okay, now I'm getting some effect from this. Now my body is actually fighting to keep myself warm. This is fucking frightening. I have a question since you're a neutral party. A neutral party? Alright. Go ahead, Brittany. What's your question? That's a weird statement to make. I do consider myself... I will consider everything. If you ask me a question, I will consider everything before I answer. So sometimes if you ask me a question and I don't answer you right away, it's because I'm thinking about the answer. Because I don't want to just spout off an answer. Because I do try to think about it. I don't know. I have no idea where this is going, but I'm listening. Let it rip. Let it rip, kiddo. There's Diane. Diane picked up eggs today. What would you do if there was 7 kids playing basketball in your parking lot right next to your car? Would you let the landlord know or wait until something bad happens? That's weird. Is there a basketball hoop in the parking lot? I'm assuming this is a question about where you live? Obviously, it must be if there's a landlord. That's a tough one. I would... Boy, I don't know what I would do. Well, first of all, I wouldn't give a fuck, because my car's a piece of shit. So I put myself in your place, where your car's like brand new. Although, then your landlord would probably say you're not supposed to park there. My initial thought would be to say, first of all, is there even a basketball hoop there? Like, I don't remember even that. But I probably would maybe say something like, hey, I don't know, I'd probably just move my car. The neighbor kid got it for Easter. It's already annoying because we hear it nonstop, but I don't care until I see something happen. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, if you're allowed to park there and that's your parking spot, then I would probably say something. I would probably... I think approaching the kids might be a problem. Only because, and this is a terrible judgmental statement to make, but most of today's kids in this society are they're not like the kids. No offense, Brittany. They're not even like you. Like, the kids in my generation, if I was playing basketball and my basketball hit somebody's car, I wouldn't be afraid of the cops. I wouldn't be afraid of the car owner. I'll be afraid of my parents. I'll be afraid to fucking tell somebody what happened. But I would tell somebody what happened because that's what I would do. Today's society is not like that. That's tough. That's a tough situation because you could go out there and say, hey, like this is my parking spot here. You know what I mean? I don't want you guys to hit my car or something to that effect. And they would be like, fuck you. And they would take the ball and bounce it right off the side. They would smash it right off the side of your car. I could see that happening. Well, Brittany, did you say hi to them when you walk by? Maybe if you walk by them and say, "Hey guys, how you doing?" Maybe that would be the first step, so they would think you were, I don't know, nice. They'd probably start hitting on you. That might backfire on you. I don't know. That's a bad situation. What you should do is you should move into the country where you don't have neighbors. I've said hi and they don't respond. Yeah. That's a tough situation. I'm just trying to think if I've ever been in any sort of situation like that. Maybe you could do that. Maybe you should hire somebody to. This is what you should do, Brittany. You should hire somebody. What's up, Shane? Shane Hummel still needs to stop here. We need to get Shane Hummel over here at Spoonman Saloon. Brittany, what you need to do is you need to hire somebody. Have somebody. This is what you need to do. You need to stage this out. So when these kids are playing basketball, you need to call somebody. Hey, come over here, and like walk down the alley, and bump my like lean against my car or whatever. So they're out there playing. So this guy comes, guy, girl, whatever person. I won't. You can do whoever you got to hire somebody. This is good. And they walk down the alley and they like bump your car. So you set this all up. So you see them coming. So you're right there by the door. You're ready to walk out. As soon as they come by your car, you walk outside as they come by and they bump your car. And you just walk over and you're like, you fucking bumped into my car. And just like, they got to be good actors. So beat the shit out of them right in front of these kids and have them lay there like in a pulp on the ground. And then these kids will be like, wow, this chick doesn't want people fucking with her car. You could try that, see if it works. That's good too, Ken. That's true too. The problem is though, if like they put a basketball hoop up right by where your car's parked, that's shitty. I mean, that's just not nice. I would probably just move my car. I would just move as far away as I could, and then, I don't know what I don't know what the answer is. Maybe go out there and play some hoops with them. See how they are. Recruiting. I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know. I love Palmerton. I mean, I love Palmerton. I love Palmerton. I really do. I like small town USA. I'm not a city person, and when I say city, I'm glad I don't live in Palmerton. Like to me, I don't even want to live in town. I grew up in town my whole life. Other than the couple years I was in the Army, I grew up in Palmerton my whole life. I lived in Palmerton, my first house. I lived there for, 18 years. And I was like basically in the geometric center of town. All the schools, I was far enough off the main street that I wasn't on the main street, but I was close enough that I had access to everything. I was like right in the middle. But at the end of the day, you live in town, you come home from work and you can't park in front of your own house because somebody's parked there. It's just, I don't know. It was whatever. Listen, I have nothing against Allentown, Bethlehem, Easton. Listen, I moved out of Palmerton, okay? I moved out of Palmerton. I'm a country boy. And so like Bethlehem, Allentown, Easton, that's all that city. all that. Even West Allentown, like out by Fogelsville and all that. You know what I mean? These developments. It's just not my thing. I don't know. That's a tough situation. I shouldn't say. I'd be like, yeah, just move up here. I think you should move up here. That's what I think you should do. That's my thing. I need a cold plunge friend. If Eric would move out next door, he could move in there. But I think he's a lifer. He's been here for like 35 years. I don't think he's leaving anywhere. So, if you can't afford to buy Eric's house, I'll buy it and rent it to you. Just so you could live up here. Then we could cold plunge every day. That would be bad, though. Could you imagine what the drink of the day would be if Brittany could just walk to my house and then walk home after? One drink a day, unless there's guests, would turn into fucking holy fuck. Lisa and the landlord are texting. The landlord probably doesn't want injuries or a lawsuit. Well, that sounds pretty decent. Ooh, that's rough. I could not do that. That would be unbelievable. There's two. I have two thoughts about that. One, it would be a shit show for sure. But goddamn, would that be fucking fun? Could you even imagine? Could you even imagine the life of us living next door to Brittany and Swiper? Man, that would be fucking fun. That would be so much fun. I would definitely get a golf cart then. I thought about getting a golf cart already, but I was like, I don't have a place to keep a golf cart. So I drove by Don's golf cart today when I was going out 209. I'm like, these golf carts are all sitting outside. Like, I'm worried about getting a golf cart because I don't have a place to keep it. I can just leave it fucking sit outside. They sit outside every day out there. Ken, trust me, dude. Trust me. There's no... If that land would not have made me property broke, I'm telling you right now, I would have bought that in a second. But it's like, you buy a property like that for whatever, $500,000. Here's the problem. There was two people bidding on that property. Two people, both of whom could buy it and sell me 1,000 fucking times. So it wasn't like the two of them were like, that's too much. It was just like, well, they got into a pissing match where they were like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna get it. And it was astronomical. Like $20,000 an acre isn't probably terrible, except $20,000 an acre. Like, if you were gonna buy like a 1 acre lot in a prime real estate area, that's not bad. But to pay $20,000 an acre for or $50,000 an acre or whatever the fuck it was some ridiculous fucking amount of money, way out of my range. Could I have afforded it? Possibly, but that would have been it. It would be every single penny of everything I work for would be to just pay for that property. In hindsight, maybe, it's a good place to hunt for sure. You could shoot the shit out of some animals. But it just wasn't practical. Oh, what am I doing? Alexa, play the new Morgan Wallen album. It's Morgan Wallen's birthday today. And Lexi. So, the fact that Lexi Merkel and Morgan Wallen share the same birthday, that's solid. I remember I got down here and I was thinking about going live, and I was like, let me put Luke Combs on, and then I was like, I'll just play Morgan Wallen when we start going live. And then I realized, just this second right now, that I never changed it. Anyway, I went to Lowe's twice today, and I still don't have everything on. It is Diane's birthday, and Diane was here today. She picked up eggs. I didn't see her. Mima was here. Who is that? Who is that just tuned in? I don't know whose picture that is. That is Alyssa. I was gonna guess Alyssa, but I didn't want to offend whoever that was. But that is Alyssa. Hello, Alyssa. I was gonna say Happy Mother's Day, but I don't think Alyssa's. Alyssa, are you a mom? I don't think Alyssa's a mom. I'm not sure. Yeah, Diane was here today. She picked up some eggs. I guess she had bought eggs from us a couple times, and then she was telling Meemaw today that I guess they ran out of eggs. So her husband went out and got eggs, whatever, and they had one egg left of our eggs, and then he just went and bought a dozen eggs or whatever, because I guess whatever, they were running out of eggs. So she said he like cracked the eggs into the pan. Oh well, that's good. That's the same thing. All right then, happy Mother's Day. Rock on, baby. So anyway, she said he cracked the egg from the store, 2 eggs or whatever, and then he cracked one of our eggs, and he called Dan. He's like, "Come out here and look at this." And she's like, "What?" And she comes running out there, and he's like, "Look at these eggs." And she's like, "Yeah, that's what I'm telling you." So anyway, it is what it is. Listen, chicken egg, like store-bought eggs and eggs that you raise, chickens that you raise, the eggs do not look the same. They are not the same. They taste different, and you would never know. So if you came here, if you're like, "Hey, I want eggs," you came by here and you bought our. So I'm gonna just tell my story. Maybe this is not everybody's story. This is my story. So I got chickens in, I don't remember, 2009 maybe, 2009 or 2010. I started raising chickens. I got chickens in March, and so they don't lay eggs for 4 or 5 months, whatever. It was July or August they started laying eggs. So now you're eating your eggs from your chickens every day. Every day, I eat 2 eggs or 3 eggs. We keep the small eggs here. So when chickens start laying eggs, they're tiny. They're little, like they're small. They're medium or small. So like if you go to the store and you buy eggs, medium, large, extra large, jumbo, XXL, whatever. I don't know what sizes there are, but when chickens start laying eggs, they're really small. They're tiny. It's weird. Like they're really small. They're like smaller than a ping pong ball. And then and like probably within a month, they're laying like a large egg. And as they get older, they lay bigger eggs but less eggs. Generally, that's generally the thing. So we go through this whole situation. Well, the small eggs we keep for ourselves. So we have house eggs. So we have a box. We have boxes called house eggs. So we keep all the small eggs for ourselves because I don't want to sell somebody tiny ass eggs. That's rude. So we keep the bigger eggs. So they're probably, most of them are at least large. Most of them are bigger than large. Most of them are jumbo or XL. So some days they eat 2, some days they eat 3. Depends how small they are when I crack them or when I use them. But so anyway, I started getting eggs that year probably in like July, August, and then end of September we do a guy's trip to Canada. So we went to Canada that year in September, whatever. We were on our way there. We stopped for breakfast somewhere, and I ordered 2 eggs over easy, not realizing that now I had been eating eggs from my chickens for 3 months or 2 months or whatever, every single day until that point. And I didn't notice any difference. I thought they tasted exactly the same as store-bought eggs, and I didn't know what all the fuss was until I went out to eat, and we had eggs from the store, and they tasted like, there's no flavor to them. It tastes like cardboard, in my opinion. So but I don't think you would notice a difference. Like if you bought 1 dozen, you might not notice a difference. But if you bought them every day and you ate them for 4 or 5 months, and then you were like, oh, like the problem is every year winter comes. What's up, G-man? The problem is every year winter comes, and we don't have, like right now there's probably 15 dozen eggs in their refrigerator out there in the garage. 15 or so. Maybe 20 even. So right now we have tons of eggs coming in. But as soon as October, November, somewhere in that area, when the days start to get shorter, they stop laying eggs. Instead of getting 20 or 25 eggs a day, you get 6 or 8 or 10. Now we bought 24 new chickens, 25 actually, 25 chicks this year. So those chickens will probably start laying in the late summer. So they'll probably lay right through the winter. So this year we should have a decent winter of eggs. We shouldn't slow down as much because new chickens they're not affected as much by and it has nothing to do with cold. It has to do with the amount of daylight hours. The entire thing depends on daylight hours. when the days start to get short, they say they need 16 hours to lay eggs of daylight, which is crazy if you think about it. I think 12 is probably closer, but that's when they start to slow down as soon as the days start to get short. So from October till March or February, it's a lot less eggs. And then as soon as the days start to get longer, then you start getting more eggs. It is what it is. That's just the life of... Now, commercial chicken farmers, or that sort of thing, they put light... We have lights. So we have a light in the house and a light under the house on a timer. They come on at 2 o'clock in the morning to make the chickens think it's daytime. That's what you do. But I mean, there's chickens that, they sleep wherever. They hide from it. It is what it is. But anyway, if you want eggs, we got eggs for sale. Garrett bought some honey yesterday, 2 days ago. Garrett bought honey and ducks. So if you want to stop out here and get some ducks, you get yourself some honey. Bad Bones, get yourself a t-shirt. Pick up some eggs. You know what I mean? Don't waste a trip. Fill your car up while you're here. That's all I got. I got to get to sleep because I got 1 day left. Tomorrow's Mother's Day, so everybody make sure you call your mom. Or if you can, go see your mom. Give her a hug. Tell her Papa sent you. And, yeah, I'm going to work on my patio tomorrow. I got the biggest rock off the pallet, so that's good. There was 2 big-ass monster rocks, each on 1 pallet. I got them both off tonight. I almost died, but I got them off, and I set one of them down, and it wasn't perfect. Yeah, we got duck eggs. We don't get many. In the summertime, we're okay. We got duck eggs. Right now, I have one. I just gave my dad 2 dozen duck eggs. We have 1 dozen duck eggs. Right now, the ducks are fairly. You're getting like 1 or 2 ducks. Well, I have 4 ducks. I have 3 females and 1 male. And Meemaw says no more duck eggs. When the pandemic started, we were selling duck eggs like crazy on Facebook. But then Facebook changed their policies. You're not allowed to sell eggs on Facebook Marketplace because they said it's animal parts. So I argued and I said, if you... I tried to explain to them, but they don't care. Which is probably why I'm shadow banned. Because I say fucking stupid shit about Facebook. But so basically what happens is if a chicken doesn't lay an egg, it dies. So if you could imagine a chicken, like a decent laying chicken will lay 200, certain breeds, like a prolific breed of chicken will lay somewhere between 270 and 290 eggs a year. So it's not every day, but it's almost every day. So if you can think about it, they don't create an egg. What's up, Piccadilly? They don't create an egg from start to finish in 1 day. What they do is maybe they start an egg on Monday, and that egg might come out on Friday. But then they also start an egg on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Like they start making an egg every day, and then it just matters how long it gets to the final process where it lays the egg. So like, if they don't lay eggs, what happens is the egg, because you'll get a situation where a chicken will not lay an egg. The chute, I think it's called, where the egg comes out. I'm not exactly sure of the nomenclature, but it's called egg bound. So the egg can't come out. So if they get egg bound, the eggs basically just pile up inside of them and they die. So the chicken dies. So if a chicken doesn't lay an egg, it dies. That's the gist of what I just said to you right now. If a chicken doesn't lay an egg, it dies. Facebook doesn't care. They just said that's animal parts. So basically they don't want you to say, hey, well, I'm selling like a quarter of beef because now you had to kill a cow to get 1 quarter to sell. So I understand that, but to say you can't sell eggs, whatever. I argued it. They denied my appeal, and so here we are. It is what it is. But yeah, we were selling the shit out of eggs when the pandemic started. Oh my god, I was meeting people at the Cover Bridge Inn, and we didn't have eggs. We could sell. I was selling duck eggs for $5 a dozen, selling chicken eggs for $4 a dozen, and as fast as they was laying, they were moving them. There was somebody that was coming here from the Saylorsburg area. His wife made cakes, and he would buy 10 dozen eggs every week from me. And then winter came, we didn't have eggs, and I had him on my Facebook Messenger. So the next spring when we started laying eggs again, I messaged him and I said, "Hey, we got eggs again," and I never heard from the guy again. So that's the downfall to it. If you don't have it over winter, maybe they go somewhere else and find eggs, and then they never call you back. I don't know, but it happens every year. Every year we have, usually by the time late fall comes, we have a good sort of customer basis that buys eggs from us all the time. And then winter comes, and then next spring we start laying eggs again. I reach out to everybody that had bought eggs before, and half of them come back. And then it's like all year again until you find more people to buy the eggs. It's just, that's how it goes. So I would recommend to anybody that's thinking about, oh, eggs are expensive, I'm going to get chickens, don't do it. They're not a good, they're a waste of money. So why do I have chickens? I don't even know. They're way better. Chicken eggs are way better. I should probably just have, a dozen or 15 chickens and have them for us, and that's it. No one else. But it's just like, well, we have chickens. If we get more, we could sell them, and then it'll be worth it. But it's not, because you use more food, you use more water, you use more everything. It's a stupid proposition. I can't explain why I do it, but I will continue to do it because that's just who I am. Listen, because I love every day when I walk outside and I hear a rooster crow. I love it. I absolutely love it. It makes me smile. I don't hear it a lot of the times anymore. People are like, how the fuck can you deal with all that? I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, these roosters, they crow all day. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, they are. I don't even, after a while you don't hear it anymore, but if you pay attention to it, especially now, because it's like, so it's turkey season, so the turkeys are mating right now. So you hear a chicken crow, and then you hear a turkey gobble in the woods. Because turkeys gobble at everything when they're in this state. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? All right. All right. Tomorrow I'm back at it. I'm going to try and see how tomorrow goes. I'm going to see if I can get the rest of my fields or flagstone placed. And then it's just a matter of how long it's going to take me to get down in the creek and get enough rocks to finish it. I might buy some. I'm not even sure. I need a shit ton of, like, the big river rocks. So, I could just keep going in the creek every day, but at some point it's just not worth the juice is not worth the squeeze, as they say. If I get there, I'll let you know. Why is it playing Fast Car? I swear to God, did I not tell the thing to play Morgan Wallen, and now it's playing Luke Combs? Didn't I say Morgan Wallen? That's weird. Yeah, Ken. That's what everybody says. Like, I was funny because I had ever since I got laid off, my unemployment's been screwed up. So I haven't got paid the whole time I was off, but I think Thursday, maybe it was yesterday. It was either Thursday or Friday. I'm like, I got to call again. So I called. So you start at 8 o'clock. It usually takes you 10 to 15 minutes to even get a ring. And then once it rings, you're on hold for an hour minimum. But I got through to the guy, explained to him the situation, what happened. He was phenomenal. It must have been Thursday because I actually got paid today. But yeah, I went through all this freaking bullshit with it. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. But while I was outside, I walked out back because meanwhile I was inside working. So I walked out back so I wouldn't have to talk while she was working or hear her stuff be interrupted. And I got out back and the roosters were crowing. And I said, yeah, it's not like on TV. I said, they don't stop in the morning. I said, they freaking crow. I said, if I walk outside at 5 o'clock and like if I get up in the morning, because every once in a while Silas is weird. He'll just want to go to the bathroom at 5 o'clock in the morning. He'll walk over next to me and he'll paw me up the bed. All right, so I get up, I go out at 5 a.m. And as soon as I turn the back spotlights on, the roosters start crowing. and they crow all day long. And if we're out back having a campfire at 10 o'clock at night, they're crowing then too. If they know you're awake, they're crowing. So I don't really know. I don't really understand what all that is. It is what it is. But I enjoy it. I like hearing roosters crow. To me, it's just, I like it. So whatever that makes me, it makes me. I don't care. But, all right, Ken, we're gonna have to go fishing here shortly. I'm about ready. I was ready to. I consider going to the canal tomorrow, just to catch some panfish or something. Probably already missed the freaking bluegill spawn. You can catch the shit of some big ass bluegill in the canal if they're spawning, like huge, like 8-inch bluegill. So, anyway, that's it. Spoonman Saloon, check it out. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And maybe tomorrow I'll send you a picture of 3 empty pallets. That'll make me so happy if I get all these pallets empty. All right. Good night, everybody. Peace.